So recently, I was looking around in my collection for a, a comic that I could clean and press, put it away. And I ran across this. This is a little Lulu from, let's open it up and take a look. 1951, October 1951, Marge's Little Lulu, number 40. And I thought this would be a good candidate. And I took it out of the bag and discovered it has a really bad spine roll. Now, I don't like spine rolls. In fact, I abhor spine rolls. And I was just going to fix it and carry on and not worry about it when I realized, wait, I really haven't shown anybody the way I'm currently fixing spine rolls, and I think it would be helpful. And people might be able to use that. So follow along as I turn this into this. All right. The first thing I want to do is inspect the spine. Now, I've already done a preliminary cleaning on this. Nothing fancy, nothing big, just making sure the surface dust and dirt is gone. So we want to go ahead, yeah, that's the center. We're going to turn it over and check the spine. And what we're checking for is to see how weak the spine is. Now, this obviously definitely has some problems, but I think it's okay enough. I think it's strong enough for me to go ahead and do this procedure. Now, if the spine is particularly weak, you might not want to try this. That's why I have to look at it to see. The next step will be to put it in my humidity chamber. Now here's my humidity chamber, and we'll take the top off. It's pretty simple. I already have water in it. I should have water in it. Yeah, there's just barely enough water to cover the bottom, so that's fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to set it in here. Now, obviously the question is, well, can't you just steam it? And yes, you could do that, and that would get the cover damp, which would be fine. But I don't want just the cover damp, because I'm going to be dealing with this spine. I want the entire comic to have a little extra moisture in it. So I'm going to put it in here, and we're going to leave it in there for about 3 hours. So we'll be back in about 3 hours to check on it. All right, it's been about 3 hours. So we're going to take this out and check it and see if it's moist enough. And it feels like it. Yeah, that's good. Not too bad, but good enough. What we're going to do now, put this shelf here. Set that like that. And get a couple of clamps. Now these are chip clips. What we're going to do is we're going to even that back side out. See how I'm trying to get the front even with the back? I'm going to take these chips, or chip clamps. That's not quite good enough. Now this is silicone right here, so it's not going to hurt the comic. It's not bare metal going against the comic. And I'm not using a plastic. It's actually a silicone. So that's a good way to start it. Now we'll just go ahead and make our new one. And I have to set this off to the side for a second. and get this out. Now, what this is this is actually going to go in my cold press. And the way I'm going to do it, I'll set the comic like that. And that's why I wanted this extra shelf there. And then we'll put that there. And then we'll just shift the whole thing down until the clips are off of the board. Yeah, that means part of the comic sticks out, but that's okay, because we're going to press it after all of this is done. Then I'll set the top piece back on. And this whole thing goes into my press. Just a second, I'll redo the camera so you can see the press. Now, for those of you that are wondering, these are all comics waiting to be pressed. So I'm always pressing. So we're going to take the board with the comic, and I'm going to slide it right in there a little bit further than I normally would. Normally I'd try to center it. Right now I want pressure on the spine, which is right about here. Doesn't need a lot of pressure. That's probably plenty. And we'll be back in about 2 to 4 hours, maybe 5. Let's see how it looks. It's been a few hours. And I'll pick it up and slide it out if I can. It's pretty flat. I think that's ready to go in the press. Now we do have this is the thing I was talking about how you have to be careful with it. But I'm going to go ahead and press it and finish that up. And then I'll put it in my stack of comics to be conserved. But let me get it over here so you can see how I'm going to press it. Now, unfortunately, the spine was a lot weaker than I thought, and I ended up with a split going from the top to the bottom of the first staple there. And it's my fault. I should have paid closer attention to that spine. It doesn't happen. This is the first time I've had that happen to me, because I'm usually pretty careful. So I'm going to have to go back in and I'm going to have to reinforce the spine. But overall, well, I'll show you. It has very little left of that massive. It still has a little bit of a spine roll, but I can't fix that until I take care of the spine. So I'll be redoing that, but overall it turned out pretty nice. And I can put it in my collection like this and be perfectly happy. So that is basically the way I do it now. I go through that procedure anytime I find a spine roll. 90% of the time it turns out great. I don't have a problem with the split. I just wasn't careful enough about the weakness of the paper. So that's the way it goes. We'll see you Wednesday with probably the final episode of PEP 158. But I wanted to get this done today and get it out there and show it to you. So see y'all Wednesday night at 8 p.m. I'll be right there. Take care. Bye.